Hey guys, just want to say thank you so much for tuning into my first video originally of how Azir ruined my League of Legends experience. That was my first ever documentary, so I wanted to expand on it now with this video of how League of Legends ruined my gaming journey. And hopefully you enjoy it. Please subscribe. Let's get into it. Do you ever sit down to play a new game only to drop it before you even get past the main menu? Just to go back playing League of Legends, even when it's not as fun as it used to be? You're not alone, and it's not your fault. League is designed to be addictive if you're not too careful. Many people within the League community don't know or are not willing to ask themselves if League is unhealthy for them. However, in this video, I'll show you how League of Legends has impacted my gaming experience, from ruining my love for other games to creating an unhealthy cycle that I struggled with to break for the longest time. By the end, you'll have a better understanding of what League is truly an unhealthy game for you, or how competitive games shape your outlook on other genres, or your life in general, and whether you even need to play other games at all. Maybe League is the game for you. My name is Mo, and I've been playing League since Season 7 in 2016. Last year, I graduated my Master's in Healthcare Administration, which taught me the value of self-reflection and empathy. Through my journey, I've come to understand the challenges of being hard stuck, not just in rank, but in real life. I hope this video can help others who might be in the same boat I was during my early and mid years of playing League of Legends. As humans, we naturally value time investment, whether in our careers, relationships, or hobbies. Time spent shows experience, commitment, and a sense of trustworthiness. It's why job postings demand 40 years of experience from a 20-year-old individual. Seriously, screw you, job market. I'm still unemployed looking for a job. Anybody, please hire me. The more we invest in something, the more we start to identify with it. It becomes a badge of honor. People probably say, I've been with X company for 20 years, or I've been married for 40 years, or in Faker's case, I've won 5 world champions and I'm the best League of Legends player ever to exist. Yes, he's my favorite. But what happens when you no longer align with what you've invested in? Imagine staying in a job you don't love just because you already spent years there. That's the core of psychological entrapment, or the sunk cost fallacy, the reluctance to give up on something because of the time and effort you've already poured into it. This is exactly why League of Legends became so hard for me to put down. The more time I spent climbing the rank ladder, the harder it became to step away, especially since nearly all my playtime wasn't ranked. Even as the fun started to fade, the sunk cost fallacy kept pulling me back. Contrast that with other games like Elden Ring, the only other single player game I have finished twice. I even made it to the final boss in the Shadow of the Earthtree DLC before stopping months ago. I never got to beat the boss, and I don't regret it at all. Why? Because with games like Elden Ring, your progress is preserved. You can pick up right where you left off at your own pace. On the other hand, League of Legends doesn't let you off the hook so easily. With its 3 ranked splits and constant resets, not anymore, the new ranked split is going to be once a year reset now, thankfully, your progress feels fleeting. It keeps you hooked, always grinding to reclaim what you've already earned. Time investments does not feel as satisfying if there are no means of value to show. At work, it is your title. In college, it is your degree. In romantic relationships, it is the happiness of your partner. These examples I listed off result in real-world positive effect. At work, people will start looking up to you, they trust you more because you have the experience to show it off. Or when you graduate from college, you acquire your degree, which is hard evidence of how much hard work and late nights you put in that no one can take away from you. In single-player games, the achievement of beating the game or playing through the story is the value acquired from investing the time. Games such as Skyrim, Elden Ring, Witcher, are fantastic examples, and yes, I played all of them, of feeling satisfied that you have played through their story. You feel accomplished, but stepping into the multiplayer scene, especially competitive games, is another story. However, it is something you must be careful with. Now, being a competitive game is inherently not a bad aspect in terms of League of Legends, or other games for that matter, that takes ranked very seriously. In fact, it is a great factor if you enjoy improving and seeing yourself climb higher. It becomes a problem when all that matters to you is your rank and as a result lose the fun aspect of the game, or your whole life essence in that matter. In my personal experience, for a long time, I turned to League of Legends ranked mode during my undergraduate years, because I did not have the motivation to acquire my degree in chemistry. This was primarily due to my background being from an Asian family, specifically the Middle East, already deciding that I should be a pharmacist just because I got good grades in chemistry back in high school. As a result, I silently revolted, barely got passing grades as I dove towards the one thing that my friends back then were playing. In this case, it was League. I immediately got hooked because I can finally show that I'm good at something because of my low self-esteem and embarrassment that I was pretty much a failure to my family back then, even though they didn't know that. I was raised to be extremely competitive. It was a consistent reminder that Timmy down the street had perfect A's while I sat in my room playing video games nonstop. There was no way out of me back then, so I got addicted to the one game that I can prove I'm good at, something that is climbing the rank ladder. In the end, I did acquire my degree in chemistry, but I have not done anything with it ever since I wanted in the first place. So, to bring it back to why League pushed all the other games out of my way for me, it was a way for me to prove to my friends that I'm better than what I think of myself relative to my family's expectations. I could show off my hard work in League the same way in like beating Skyrim, for example. I can be the best Skyrim player in the world, but who cares? It's a single player game. In League, I was able to see that I can win and improve relative to other players. It was addictive and toxic mentality that removed the enjoyment out of video games in general, because that's all I got to focus on, is the competitive aspect of it. I've always wanted to be the best at anything I'll put my mind into. This was mostly due to my insecurity in not being good enough regarding family expectations. And being an avid video gamer on top of being competitive, it was no different. This is where League of Legends provided me with not just competition. I hungered for, but virtually, the infinite skill ceiling. The concept of a skill ceiling refers to the highest level of performance achievable in a game, requiring mastery of mechanics, decision making, and strategy. In League, the skill ceiling is higher than the stratosphere due to the vast number of champions, team compositions, and macro-micro skills to learn. Due to such complexity and infinite skill ceiling, it can shift one's perspective from enjoying the game to trying your hardest to improve more than simply having fun, which can be tiring and leads to burnout. This is further exemplified by the ever-evolving meta, item balancing, champion adjustments, etc. Can all add up to the extra stress being a League player. Because there is no true end to games such as League, means that there is always more strife, which can honestly be tiring if you're not too careful. This is further worsened by the League of Legends community. Due to the very high skill ceiling, the game fosters a competitive and often toxic environment, as players are quick to criticize others for not meeting expectations. I do not enjoy League of Legends as much as I used to, and it has nothing to do with the actual game. In fact, League was a way for me to put my competitive nature with the high skill ceiling involved. It was an escape for me during the dark period of my life, which was college. As I stated earlier, I have a mountain of pressure from my family for a degree I never wanted, which made me rebel silently. As a result, I used League to numb out my emotions towards my situation back then. Now I have a fiance, a great job, and have pulled myself away from my family by moving out. League became less of a numbing game for me. Instead, I found myself not wanting to play League oftentimes. I found much more joy in spending time with my other half, friends, and the outside world where grass is readily available to touch. Also, my spectrum of games has increased. I play other games which are much slower and strategic, such as Frostpunk 2, Civ, Red Alert, Elden Ring, and the list goes on. I even beat games I never thought I would play, like the new God of War. Elden Ring and Lies of P were so much more enjoyable than the ranked ladder. If I can go back in time to my younger self, here is where I would tell him. Change majors to what you have always wanted, such as computer science. Enjoy your favorite hobbies, such as video games, and not take the life seriously. Think twice if what you're doing is due to what you were told by others or by you. Thank you guys so much for watching. This means so much to me by hitting the like button, subscribe, and even commenting. This is my second documentary video. You could go ahead and watch the first one if you like, where I talk about how Azir ruined League of Legends for me. But again, thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Peace out.